She stands 305 feet tall, yet her skin is delicate.
It began as a dream of one man, Frédéric Bartholdi, a gift from the people of France to celebrate America's centennial of freedom. But whose face is it? Historians believe Bartholdi modeled the stern, determined expression after his own mother, Charlotte.
You can't build a giant at once. They built a 4-foot model, then a 9-foot, then a 36-foot.
The final size was first created in plaster. These massive white sections served as the negative molds for the copper skin. They used a technique called repoussé. Copper sheets were placed inside wooden molds and hammered from the back until they took the shape.
The workshop was a chaotic puzzle. Over 300 individual sheets of copper were hammered to form toes, robes, and hair curls.
Money ran out. To raise funds, Bartholdi sent the arm and torch to Philadelphia in 1876.
But copper is soft. Without a skeleton, the massive 150-foot statue would collapse under its own weight. They needed a genius engineer.
Enter Gustave Eiffel. Before he built his famous tower, he designed the iron spine that holds Lady Liberty upright.
Eiffel's genius was flexibility. The iron skeleton allows the copper skin to move and expand, swaying up to 3 inches in high winds.
The skin isn't nailed to the frame. It floats on flexible copper saddles, preventing the two metals from reacting and corroding.
Before New York, she stood over Paris. In 1884, the statue was fully assembled in France to ensure the pieces fit perfectly.
It became a tourist attraction in Paris. Dignitaries climbed inside to look out through the windows cut into her crown.
But she couldn't stay. Every plate was numbered, cataloged, and dismantled. The giant was packed into 214 wooden crates.
The crates were loaded onto the French frigate Isère. She nearly sank in a storm, almost taking the statue to the bottom of the Atlantic.
The statue arrived, but America was embarrassed. They hadn't built the pedestal. The crates sat unopened for a year.
The government refused to pay for the base. Millionaires like Vanderbilt said no. The project was dead in the water.
Joseph Pulitzer, a newspaper tycoon, launched the first crowdfunding campaign in history. He asked ordinary Americans for pennies.
It worked. 120,000 people donated, mostly less than $1. Children sent their lunch money to save Lady Liberty.
With the money raised, the pedestal rose. It was the largest concrete pour of its time, anchoring the statue against hurricane winds.
1886, the reassembly began. First, Eiffel's iron tower rose, anchoring deeply into the concrete base. Then the copper skin. Piece by piece, row by row, she was dressed. The rivets were hammered from the inside to hide the seams.
Working inside was deafening. It was like living inside a giant copper bell while someone hit it with a hammer.
On October 28, 1886, she was unveiled. But she didn't look like she does today. She was the color of a shiny new penny.
It took 30 years for the sea air to oxidize the copper. This layer of green patina actually protects the metal from eating away.
The original torch was modified with glass windows to light up. But it leaked, causing massive rust damage to the arm's skeleton.
In the 1980s, she needed saving. The old leaking torch was removed and replaced with a replica covered in 24-karat gold leaf.
Few know about her feet. She is trampling broken chains, a symbol of the end.
Standing tall in the harbor, she acts as a massive lightning rod, getting struck an estimated 600 times a year.
The 7 spikes on her crown aren't just decoration. They represent the 7 seas and 7 continents of the world. In her hand, she holds a tabula ansata inscribed with the date of the American Declaration of Independence, July 4, 1776. To reach the crown, visitors must climb 354 steps up a narrow double-helix spiral staircase. The view from the crown is breathtaking, but cramped. Only a few people can stand inside her head at one time.
The arm has been closed to the public since 1916, after a German sabotage explosion nearby damaged the structure.
Due to the heat of the sun, the copper expands, causing the statue to grow taller by several inches every summer.
Maintaining her is a monumental task. Specialized teams hang from ropes to inspect and clean the delicate copper skin.
During the restoration, Eiffel's iron armature was replaced with stainless steel to prevent galvanic corrosion between the iron and copper.
She has survived hurricanes and storms. Eiffel's flexible design allows her to bend with the wind rather than break.
For millions of immigrants arriving at Ellis Island, she was the first thing they saw. The welcoming face of a new life.
She is perhaps the most destroyed monument in movie history, a symbol so powerful that breaking it instantly signals the end of the world.
Modern LED technology now lights her up with precision, reducing light pollution while making her visible for miles.
Every inch has been laser scanned. Even if she were destroyed today, we have the digital blueprint to rebuild her perfectly. She is not alone. A smaller sister statue stands in Paris, facing west towards her big sister in New York.
It's hard to believe that this colossus was made by hand, hammered out of thin sheets by French artisans. A puzzle of 350 pieces, transported across an ocean and assembled into an icon.
She has changed color, changed torches, and changed skeletons. But the soul remains the same.
Though you can't climb the torch, you can see its view. Webcams now broadcast her perspective to the world 24/7.
Some suggest we should polish her back to the original copper. What do you think? Do you prefer the green or the gold? Comment below.
From the workshops of Paris to the harbor of New York. Thanks for watching In the Factory. Subscribe for more engineering marvels.